Hey y'all, and welcome back to How Do You Cook Back to Basics. On today's video, I will be sharing with you how I made this delicious Thanksgiving feast for only $100. I went to Walmart and picked up my order for Thanksgiving, and let me show you what all I got here. I got a Butterball Premium Turkey. This turkey was 12.8 pounds and only costed me $15.10 and was $1.18 per pound, which is a steal right now because of the cost of everything now. I went ahead and got a pumpkin pie, a pecan pie. Now, I will tell you, I usually make all of my pies from scratch, but since this is a budget-friendly Thanksgiving meal, that's what I thought I would go ahead and do instead of doing the fresh. Just showing you that you can actually have a really good Thanksgiving meal around $100. I have my celery for my dressing, my potatoes for my mashed potatoes, 3 packages of buttery rolls, 3 packs of turkey gravy, 2 onions for my dressing, 2 packages of chicken broth. These are 32-ounce packages. That's usually about how much I use. 1 big thing of cornmeal, self-rising cornmeal, and 1 small thing of self-rising flour. 1 big box of Velveeta shells and cheese. I got 3 cans of cut green beans, 1 can of cranberry sauce, 1 container of rubbed sage for our dressing, and for our deviled eggs, got our sweet pickle relish, our yellow mustard, our mayonnaise, and I got butter for our dressing and for our turkey and everything else. And the milk for our dressing and whatever else we need milk for. I have 2 dozen eggs right here because I will be using eggs in my dressing and eggs for my deviled eggs, of course. And I have for drinks, I have 1 gallon of Milo's sweet tea. And I got 2 RCs. Now, RCs, we decided to go to RCs. I love Pepsi, but since Pepsi and all of the other products have been so expensive lately, we decided to switch over to RC. We can actually get an RC in our HG Hills store for 98 cents, but I went ahead and got these. I think they were about $1.38 a piece. So I just wanted to show you that you can definitely have a good Thanksgiving meal for a crowd for around $100 or less. I will be feeding about 12 people, and that counts to that actually adds up to about $8.33 per person. Of course, the grandkids won't be eating that much. The adults, on the other hand, are a little bit different. But I'm going to show you how to make this delicious Thanksgiving meal, and I hope you enjoy it. Let's get started. We're going to start off with the brine for our turkey. If you know me, I've never made a brine for a turkey before, so this is an experiment, and I'm super excited about this one. So the first thing we're adding to our pot is some apple cider. The container I used was not a full container since my husband loves to drink the apple cider. And now here I'm adding some chicken broth to our pot. This was not a full container of chicken broth since I used this in a soup recipe. Now we're adding about 1/4 of a container of vegetable broth, 1 cup of lemon juice, a little over 1 cup of light brown sugar, 1 cup of salt, and I added some peppercorns to our brine as well. I just poured some in there. There was no measurements. 1 teaspoon of celery seed, 3 teaspoons of minced garlic. Now I used the garlic that was in the jar since it's a little easier to use. Now we're adding 1 teaspoon of ground cloves. This gives this brine a unique and delicious flavor. Now I'm adding some Longhorn's signature seasonings. I just grabbed whatever I could out of my cabinet and added this to this brine. I'm adding 1 tablespoon of this seasoning to our pot. Now whisk up your brine really well and turn your stove eye on high and boil your brine for about 15 to 20 minutes or until you think that all of the flavors are well combined and married together. Once boiled well, go ahead and turn off your stove eye and let your brine cool completely before adding to your turkey. Now, I wanted to make this clear. You do not have to brine your turkey before cooking it. I'm going to leave a card at the top right and show you how I made my turkey last year, the plain Jane way, in my roaster pan. So as you can see, I have my turkey in my roaster pan. This is the only thing big enough for me to actually put brine in. But I did add some extra water to the brine to be able to cover up the most of the turkey. But I did go in and flip my turkey periodically and left the turkey in the refrigerator for 2 days to brine. Now that we're ready to cook our turkey, I got myself 3 sticks of softened butter and added some minced garlic, some parsley flakes, onion powder, and some poultry seasoning to that butter so we can put this up underneath the skin of that turkey. So here I'm putting 2 big hunks of butter underneath the breast skin of this turkey, and then I'm working this out so it can spread out a little bit. And now we're going to flip this turkey over and just massage this turkey with our seasoned butter all over it. And then we're adding some poultry seasoning to the back of this turkey. Try to get every little crease and crevice that you possibly can. And on the top of the turkey, after we flipped it over, I'm adding some olive oil, some more seasoned butter, and some more poultry seasonings. Now cook your turkey in a preheated 325-degree oven until the internal temp reaches 165 to 170. Now we're making our stuffing bread. We're adding 3 cups of self-rising cornmeal, 2/3 cup of self-rising flour, 3 eggs, 1 tablespoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of black pepper, 1 cup each of finely chopped celery and onion, 1 full container of rubbed sage, and 2 cups of milk. Give this a really good stir until well combined. To our 9x13 baking dish, I added some vegetable oil. Now heat that vegetable oil in the oven until really hot. Now go ahead and grab yourself some cornmeal and sprinkle that all over the bottom of your pan. Now we're going to spread out our dressing bread mixture into our pan. Then bake at 375 degrees until you've put a toothpick in the center and it comes out clean. Once your stuffing bread is cool enough to handle, go ahead and cut that open and crumble it up as fine as you desire. Once your stuffing bread is crumbled and even, we're going to add 1 stick of butter to the top of our stuffing. Now go ahead and add your 2 32-ounce containers of chicken broth. Now when you're adding your chicken broth, you will need to grab yourself a spoon and kind of work that chicken broth down in there so that every morsel gets covered. Now place your stuffing in a 375-degree preheated oven until nicely brown on the top and the butter is melted through. Now on to our old style cranberry sauce. Now look, You know that you grew up eating this cranberry sauce with your Thanksgiving dinner, don't lie. And we eat this with our Thanksgiving dinner every single year, and it is super delicious. Now, once you get that cranberry sauce out of that can, just slice her up and place her on your pie shell platter. Now on to our deviled eggs. Now, if you're wondering how to make hard-boiled eggs, I'm going to put a card in the top right to show you how you can make some super easy to peel hard-boiled eggs. So as you can see here, I'm slicing open our eggs long ways and getting all the yellow out, and now we're mashing up the yellow really fine. Now we're adding 1 tablespoon of yellow mustard, 2 tablespoons of sweet pickle relish, and 1 full cup of mayonnaise. Not salad dressing, mayonnaise. Now give this a really good stir until well combined. Now we're adding some pepper and some salt to our mixture. Give that a really good stir, and now it is time to fill our eggs. Now grab yourself 2 small spoons. Use one of those spoons to scoop up some of that filling. Use the other spoon to scrape the filling down into that deviled egg. Then go back and fill up as desired. Now we're adding some paprika to the top of our deviled eggs. Now they are ready to be eaten at your Thanksgiving feast. Now on to our Velveeta shells and cheese. To our pot of water, go ahead and add some salt. Once your pot of water is boiling, cook your noodles according to the box instructions. Once done, go ahead and add the package of Velveeta cheese sauce. Now here I added a little bit more Velveeta cheese and some milk, stirred until all was well melted and ready to eat. Now for our mashed potatoes, I'm adding a 5-pound bag of already peeled and diced potatoes to our pot. Add enough water to cover those potatoes and enough salt to flavor them. Once those potatoes are fork tender, go ahead and drain those potatoes, add about almost 2 sticks of butter, salt and pepper and milk, and mix until well blended. Now you may need to add a little bit more milk and blend more, but that's your choice on the thickness. Now on to our green beans. I'm adding 3 cans of cut green beans with water and all, some chopped up onion, about 4 tablespoons of butter, and some pepper to our green beans. Now cook your green beans on a medium to medium high until most of the water has dissolved. I hope you all enjoyed this episode on how do you cook back to basics, and I hope you and your family have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Until next time, y'all. Bye-bye now.